In recent years, Bitcoin has gained major traction as a new type of asset that's seen as a store of value. This means it retains its purchasing power going forward in time, thus making it a good hedge against inflation. When put to the test in economical distraught countries like Zimbabwe, Venezuela and Iran, it has shown great promise as a reserve asset and transactional medium that is also appreciated in value due to demand and scarcity. But does that unequivocally prove Bitcoin as a type of safe haven asset? And how would something like a global market crash impact Bitcoin? Before we can answer that, we first need to look at the philosophical theory of holism. In 1926, the acclaimed South African philosopher and academic Smuts introduced the theory of holism, suggesting that the parts can only be understood in relation of the whole. It's believed that the world operates in such a way that no part can be known without the whole being known first. In terms of Bitcoin, it's probably the closest representation of logical holism, as it encapsulates economics, politics, philosophy, technology, psychology, math, science, culture, and so much more known or unknown to the form of the whole. Yet, we still struggle to understand Bitcoin and what really drives its value. Maybe this is also a type of reflection of society, as we still struggle to understand ourselves. Holistically, Bitcoin's value is thus a reflection of what society deems its own worth, and due to being largely a capitalist-minded world, we try to measure that in price, which is proportional to societal adoption. Cases like Iran and Venezuela aren't isolated, but instead form part of the aggregate, which is nearly impossible to holistically quantify in real time due to its polymorphic nature, also explaining the constant but sometimes violent fluctuations in Bitcoin price. Although we can't predict what happens tomorrow, we can still surmise, based on the theory of holism and Bitcoin's personification thereof, that the more negative the global impact is of an event, the worse it will be for the Bitcoin price in direct correlation. This, however, does not invalidate the value of Bitcoin, because even though Bitcoin might be faced with a harsh but momentary downturn in the event of something like a global market crash, in essence, an investment in Bitcoin is an investment in the perseverance and future of human society, which has always been able to almost exponentially recover and flourish after a global disaster, each time as our technological prowess increases, and the future will be no exception to this. We might even be fortunate enough to one day see Bitcoin becoming a multiplanetary currency or asset. Thanks for listening, guys. Please remember to like or subscribe. Have a good night. Cheers.